what we have started list, right? So let's take our list. So list is like mutable. That means we can change it. So initially, let's say I have taken like this list, some numbers in that. Okay, so this is a list. Now, the nature of a list is mutable. That means it's a changeable. You can change the list. Changing a list means, let's say if I want to add one item. So for that we have discussed a dot append. So if you do a dot append, then it will take care of adding an item to that one. So if you want to remove something from the list, for that we have discussed a dot remove. Right? So this will take care of removing the item from a list. Let's say a equals to I have 10, 34, 21, 56, some 34, 12, 11, 10, 1, 2, 3. Let's say this is a list. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's say this is a list. Now, what we have to do is, if I want to remove something, then a dot remove, remove is the one. So if you give 34, 34 will be removed. So if you want to add something, a dot append, append of some 67. If you do this, then it will add 67 to this list. So these are the two operations that we have covered in the last session, right? So now, the other operation, that is using append operation, we are able to add. Now, why we will be using append operation? For what purpose? If you want to add something to this list, if you want to add one item to this list, then you will be using append operation. Like 67 we have added. It got added to the last of the list. So a dot append, append. I am adding one string called python, Python. So this is one string. Enter. So it got added. So whatever the item that you to the list, now if you observe that when you use an append operation, whatever the item that you're trying to add, it will always get added to the last. But if I want to add the item here, after 34 I want to place one item, or let's say I want to add after 10, or let's say I want to add in between 11 and 10. So if I want to add one item in different locations, wherever, like a specific location, for that the append operation will not work. We have a different operation called insert. Okay, let's say there are 10 people standing in the line. So you have given some token number. So this guy is 1, this guy is something 2, this guy is 3. So like this you have given some token numbers. Okay, so now someone is joining in the middle. He joined like this. One guy got joined here, and you are giving the index number as 3. Now what this guy will become? He will become 4. He will become 5, 6, 7. Everything will change, right? In the same way, this also. Now So now you are trying to add this, place this data at a respective location. So how we are placing that? With the help of insert. So to this insert function or insert operation, we have to provide the index number as well as the item. One second, huh? Okay. So, any questions regarding insert? Guys, anybody has any question regarding insert? OVE. So why we will be using remove? What will happen if you use remove? How the remove will work? Why we have to use this? When we have to use this?
To remove a data type.
If you want to remove something, you will be using it. So let's say I want to remove 56. So whatever the number that you want, whatever the item that you want to remove, you have to specify that item. So then the remove function, it will remove that. Now if you check, 56 gone. Now, for example, let's say you have duplicate numbers. Now let's say a.append append, I have 1. Again, I'm adding 1. Again, I'm adding 2. Then again, 2 is separated 3 times. Now, if I do a.remove, remove of 1, then which one will be removed?
First one.
Yes, the first one will be removed. But if I want to remove this last one, then will be difficult, right? So the remove operation, always it will take the first occurrence. But if you want to remove whatever the item that you want, it might be a second occurrence, it might be a third occurrence, third repeated value, fourth repeated value, it doesn't matter. If you want to remove whatever the value you want, then for that we have another operation called a.pop. A.pop is another operation. So now, to delete something, we are using remove. Again, to delete something, we are also using pop. Okay, so delete something, we are using pop. Earlier also, for delete something, we are using remove. Now, what is the difference? To delete something, we are using remove and also pop. So why 2? The only difference is that, listen carefully guys. The only difference is that if you use a.remove remove, to this you have to pass the data. Whatever the data or whatever the item that you want to remove, you have to specify that item directly like this. But if you want to delete the item using pop operation, so you can remove the item, you can delete the item, the data using remove operation or pop operation. But if you are using remove operation, you have to specify what data that you are trying to remove. So we have to specify that directly. But in case if you are using pop operation, then now see, before using pop operation, so if you want to apply a pop operation on this list, whatever the item that you want to remove, you have to pass the index number of that particular item. Now, for example, let's say I want to remove the program. In case of remove, you have to pass directly the program. But using pop operation, we will pass the index number. The index number will be 0, 1, 2. So if you give a.pop of 2, see, it says that at this location number, it found program and it got removed. If you check A, got removed. So pop operation is also used for deleting the item, but pop operation takes the input index numbers. That means it follows the index based approach, but remove, it takes the direct element that you want to remove. You got the difference? Pop operation follows the index basis. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, right? Any questions, guys, regarding remove and pop differences? Anybody has any questions?
Sir, pop mali explain చేయండి sir.
Okay, so let's say now I want to delete something. I want to delete this Python. How you will delete this from a list? You have a list. You want to delete this Python. So how you will delete? Hello?
A dot remove sir.
Correct. A dot remove. You will give Python, right?
Sir.
So A dot remove Python. So now if you check A, it got removed. Now if I want to remove one, A dot remove, remove of one. So if I pass one, what will happen? This one will be removed. But now I want to remove this one. Now how you will remove? Is it possible?
Okay sir. Okay sir.
No, not possible, right? But now what we have is we have one more operation. That operation name is pop. So what we have to do, why we will be using this operation is, even this operation is also used for deleting. So now however you're deleting with the help of remove, right? In the same way you can use pop operation for deleting. But how to use? Whatever the data that you want to delete, right? You have to pass the index number of that data. Now for example, if you want to remove this one, then give the index number of this one. Or if you want to remove this one, then pass the index number of this one. So now I will pass the index number of this one. So what is the index number of this one? I can use like this: -1, -2, -3. So -3 is the index number of this number. Either you can go in this particular way, in this particular way, anything is fine, but index number. So if you go in this particular way, it will 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So A dot pop of 10. Now what it will do is saying that at location number 10 there was a number 1, I have removed it. Now if you check this one, so this one got removed. So if you want to delete item, you can use pop operation, but you have to mention the index number of that item. మీరు ఏ నంబర్ని అయితే డిలీట్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నారో ఆ నంబర్ యొక్క ఇండెక్స్ నెంబర్ చెప్పాలి పాప్ ఆపరేషన్కి. బట్ రిమూవ్ ఆపరేషన్కి ఇండెక్స్ నెంబర్ కాదు, డైరెక్ట్గా ఆ ఐటమే చెప్పాలి. అదే డిఫరెన్స్. క్లియర్?
Yes, sir.
సుమలత, ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ టు యూ?
సార్ అది లెంత్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే అప్పుడేం సార్?
కొన్ని లక్షలు ఉన్న కొన్ని కోట్ల ఇబ్బంది లేదు. ఇట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్. సో వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ అ లెంత్? See, now there are 100 items. Then what will happen? It doesn't matter, right? Every item will be having, if there are 100 values in this, every value will be having index number, right?
Okay sir.
You got the point?
Yes sir.
If there are 100 values, let's say if there are long lists, there are 3000 items, what will happen? I want to remove one item. Whatever the item you want to remove, just mention the index number, it will delete that one. So it doesn't matter how many items are having, right?
Okay sir.
Any questions? Shirisha?
No sir.
Prasanna Kumar?
No, sir. It's clear, sir.
Okay. So now one more point that we have to remember regarding pop operation is A dot pop. So how this pop will work? You have to pass the index number. You have to inform. You have to give the index number, whichever the item you want to remove. For example, a dot pop of 0. So pop of 0 means inside this location, inside this list A, at location number 0, whatever the data is there, it doesn't matter what it is. You are providing the location number. Go to that location, remove that. If you are giving -1, this will be removed. So you have to pass the index number. Now let's say I am not passing any index number like this. If you are not telling which index number value has to be removed, then what this pop operation will do is it will take the default one. The default one means whatever the item is there in the last, that item will be removed. The point is that if you are not informing the index number, if you are not providing the index number here, then it will remove the last item by default. If you see here, 2 got removed. The last 2 got removed because you have mentioned pop, but you have not mentioned the index number. Again, if you are mentioning pop, again the last number will be removed. So if you are not giving the index number to the pop operation, then it will remove the last item of the list. So the 3 points you have to remove regarding, remember regarding the pop operation is, pop operation is used to delete some item. The second point is pop operation uses the index based approach. That means if you want to remove something, you have to pass the index value. The third point is if you are not passing any index number to the pop operation, it will remove the last item. The default, it will do the default deletion. So default means whatever the item it is there in the last, it will remove that one. So these are the 3 points that we need to remember in case of pop operation. Anybody has any questions? Hello? No question, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So you might be thinking, right? So total how many operations are there? Initially we started append operation, then we have discussed remove operation, then we have discussed insert operation, then again we are discussing about pop operation. So you might be thinking, like total how many operations are there? Do you want to know?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. So if you want to know total how many operations are there for this list, then what we have to do is you can just use dir. What is that? dir. So dir is the name of a function. So you are asking this function, just pass 2 brackets like this. That means you are saying that I want to know the total methods whatever are there for this particular list. So you can pass empty list like this, or you can pass A is also fine, because now A is also a list, right? So whatever the methods that you are there inside this A, just show me. You're asking to this particular function. So now what it will do is it will display this one. So dir of that particular object. So A is a list object. So if you ask the dir, so it will list out all the methods are there. So now, as of now, forgot about this underscore part, right? So this part we will discuss in the advanced level. Okay, as of now, forgot about them. Apart from this underscore part, if you observe here, these are the other append operation. We have discussed pop operation. Okay, so we have discussed insert operation. We have discussed remove operation. So these are the all other operations. Okay, so now we'll go one by one and discuss about this one. Now let's say I have a list A. Now what I want to do is I want to remove all the items and I want to make the list as a clear. I want to clear the list. Clear means inside this list, whatever the items are there, I want to remove everything and I want to make empty. Then for that I have an operation called a.clear. Clear. This is the one. So this is one. If you just hit enter, done. A is empty. Whatever the earlier items were there in this list, you have deleted them successfully. Clear? Any questions regarding the clear operation?
No, sir.
Clear operation is just to clear the list. If you want to make all the items remove in a single shot, then you can use a clear. Any questions? Hello. Guys, I'm asking you any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's say I have a list like this. Now, the one is repeated how many times? Now the one is repeated for 2 times, right? So we have an operation that is a.count count. Now that means inside this a, use count operation and let me know how many times one got repeated. So count of a, count how many ones are there. So there are 2 ones. A.count count how many tens are there. There is 2 numbers. So inside this a count how many 12s are there. So there is only 1 12. So inside this a count how many 500s are there. So what will happen? What will happen? What will be the answer now here? 8 or 500? Guys, are you there in the class or you're sleeping?
I guess errors.
Sorry? Not able to
I guess
hear your
errors.
audio. 1 second. Yeah, now tell me, guys.
I guess it's errors, of course, in the list 500 is not there.
Okay. So the count operation, what it will do is, whatever the number that you are providing, it will check for that number. It will check for how many times it got appeared. So now count of 1 2 times. So answer is 2. Count of 10 2 times 2. Count of 12 only 1 time 1. So count of 500 it will give 0 because there is no 500. We are asking just for the count. Okay, it will not give any error. If the number is not there in the list, it will give you the 0 as a count because it repeated in 0 times.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that is about the count operation. Clear? Any questions? Anybody has any questions, guys? Okay, now do one thing. Just close your eyes. Assume that you have one list. Just close the eyes and assume that you have one list. So list means what? It can be have any items, right? Assume that there are a lot of items. Let's say there are 100 numbers. Randomly, it can be in the beginning starting like a zigzag order. Order is not in an increasing order. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So there are 100 numbers but shuffled. All the numbers are shuffled. Now you don't know where exactly the number 50 is there. Assume that you have one list. Okay. You don't know where exactly the number 50 is there. Now I want to find the index number of that particular number. For that, in such cases, if you want to find the index number, let's say now see here, there is a 67. Suppose there is a too much big list. Instead of counting, right? So I think someone has asked in the initial, right? So if you have a big list, instead of keep on counting like this, if you want to find the index number of 67, then for that, we have an operation called a.index, index of 67. So index is an operation. If you use this index operation, whatever the data that you are providing, whatever the item that you are providing, it will tell us the index number of that particular item. Okay, so it will be 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clear? So if you want to find the index number of any number, a dot index of 11, it will give the index number of 11. Okay, any questions regarding index? Anybody has any questions? No questions? This will work. Any questions on this? Okay, let's say you don't have any questions, but I have one question here. If I ask a dot index of 10, then what will happen? There are 2 10s, right? There are 2 10s, na?
10.
Hello? There are 2 10s, right? Then it will give us which index number?
Yes.
Same as remove operation. So if you are trying to do a dot remove of 10, what will happen? The first occurrence of this one will be removed, right? In the same way, index, the first occurrence of this 10. So now you are asking the index operation to get the index number of this 10. It will go here, it will check for the 10. So wherever it is founding, it will give us the index number. Now it found here itself, then it will give the index number of 0. Then it will stop searching for the next items because it found that number. So you will get only 0. So same as a remove operation. Clear? Any questions now? Mm-hmm.
11 పక్కన ఉన్న 10 డిలీట్ చేయాలంటే సార్
డిలీట్ చేయాలంటేనా ఇండెక్స్ నెంబర్ కావాలంటేనా if you want to delete if you want to delete this 10, right, then you have to give pop of this index number.
Sir,
You can go with pop.
How to find the index number of the second tens?
Occurrence of this one. So if you want to fetch this index number of the other numbers, etc., like if let's say there are 4 tens. Now if you want to find the index number of third occurrence, if you want to find the index number of fourth occurrence, then for that we don't have any operation. So the basic operation is it will find the first occurrence of this 10. If we want this one, we can write a separate program on this. So this index is what they have written, all these particular operations, append operation, clear operation. We are not doing anything, right? We are just using. If you use a count operation, it is giving you the count. If you use append operation, it will be going and adding it one. If you use a clear operation, it is clearing everything. So we are just using these available operations. If you want to go behind that, then we have to write a more program. We have to write our own program. So these are already they have written. We are just using them. Okay, so this index function will give you the first occurrence of that particular item and it will give the index number of that thing. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Sumalata, any questions? Okay, so now if you see here, this is a list.
sir.
Now if you see here in this list, first item is 10, then we have 21, then we have 12, then we have 11, 10, 1, 2, 3. So if you see here, whatever the numbers we have here, right? So they are not in specific order. So if you want to arrange them, if you want to rearrange them in a specific order, if you want to arrange them in an increasing order, then what we can do is we can do a.sort sort. One second, guys, I will back. Just give me a minute. Yeah, so we're discussing sort, right? Yeah, so now see, if you observe here, earlier we have a list in this particular way. So inside this list we have some items, some numbers are there, all are different numbers. So but they are not in some specific order, right? If you want to arrange them in one kind of an order, like if you want to arrange them in increasing order, like 1, 2, so the lowest number will come first, then the biggest number, then the biggest number, like that. If you want to arrange them, then a.sort. So you are asking the interpreter to sort them. So for that we have an operation called sort. So nothing to mention here, just sort. Then what will happen is by default it will sort the list in increasing order like this. See? 1, 2, 3, then 10, 11, like this. So it has arranged the numbers in increasing order, right? Like that. If you want to arrange in a decreasing order, then a.sort. So we have to mention how you want to sort. If you are not mentioning anything, then it will go increasing order like this. But if you want to mention decreasing order, then you have to mention, hey, sort operation, now do the sort, but in reverse order. REVERSE, reverse equal to true. So you have to mention like this. So sort, that means the meaning of sort means what? Arrange. So sort is one operation. So you are using this sort operation to arrange the items in a list. How you want to arrange? Reverse. Now see. Increasing order. Clear? Any questions, guys? Anybody has any questions? Hello?
No, sir. It's clear.
No questions. Okay. So now let's say a.app. Now let's say this is A. Okay, now this is A. A.append append some 100. Then what will happen? What will happen?
So 100 will add on last.
Okay. This 100 will be added here. Now if I do a.append append of Python. Now what will happen?
Same thing, sir. Python will add.
Will it accept this one, or it will give an error?
No, sir. It's acceptable.
Acceptable. So Python got added. Now if I do a.append append of like this, now what will happen?
It's not
No,
possible,
sir.
sir.
Not possible. Why it is not possible, guys?
There is
Because
written
append
only one.
operation only adds only one.
Appendix
Only one data type.
One data. It will take only one data per operation, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how many data you are passing?
4.
How many data you are passing? Sorry?
9.
9 data you are passing.
4 data. Sir.
4.
No.
4. Sir.
How many? Okay. So here, while doing this one, how many data you passed?
Only one, sir.
Why?
Because
Did you
Python
pass
is
one?
one item?
One item, right? How you are saying one item?
Because it is a one string, sir.
One
But we have
string.
both brackets.
String got started, string got ended.
Ended.
List got started, list got ended. So what is a list? List is
Set
also
of-
list is also one data, right? However, you have number. However, you have string. Now list is also one data, right? One type of data. Now this data is one or you have multiple?
Only one.
One item. Then why it is not possible? If you are giving comma 4, comma 3, now this is multiple. This is one data, list type of data. This is number type of data. Now you are passing more items. This is not possible. But if you see, this entire list is a one list, right? Now see, A, this is a complete one list, right? Inside list you have multiple items, but outer, this is only one list. One complete list, right? So now this will be only one list. If you are giving in this particular way, however this number is taking and it is adding here, however this taking, it is taking the string and adding here, in the same way it will take this list. Again, inside this list, it will add one more list. Like this. Clear?
Sir.
Any questions?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు లిస్ట్ లోపల ఇంకో లిస్ట్ ఉంది కదా సార్?
Huh.
యా, టోటల్ లిస్ట్ ఇస్ ఒక వన్ ఐటమ్ లాగా సార్ ఇక్కడ.
Correct.
Then we have to remove any other numbers in the list in that particular list. Sir.
Yeah. We will discuss about that. Don't worry about it. That is the next advanced level. We'll go bit by bit. Okay, don't worry about that. We'll go. Any questions now, guys? Sirisha, Sumalata, Dikshita? No, right? Okay. So now, okay, if I do a.pop, pop, then what will happen? If I do a.pop, I'm not giving any index number, then what will happen?
Last one is removed.
Last one means what? What is that? What is the last one?
Index number.
Index number 1 na? Index number 1 means 21. This one. See, this is one data. This is another data. 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 This is also another. This is also another. Now this entire thing is one data, and this data you are placing in last. So if you do a pop operation, if you are not providing any index number, whatever the item is there in the last, now this is one item. one item, another item, another item, one item. This also one item. Now this entire list is also one item. So that list will get removed. See, it is showing that I removed this list from the list. Now that list got removed. Okay, don't worry, we'll discuss about more in deeper in the nested list. Inside list, if you're having one more list, then how to discuss that. Okay. Here, right? If you do append of this one, you will get like this. So now we have one more operation, that is a dot reverse, reverse. So what this operation will do is, now how you have a list, now the list is like this, right? The list is like this. You have 67, 21, 12, 11, like this, you have a list. Now if you say a dot reverse, that means the item will get reversed. Python will come into first, then 100 will come, then 1, then 2. So all the items will get reversed. So Python will be in the first position, 67 go to last position, 100 will come to first position, this position, 21 go to second last, then this will come to third position, this will go to third last. So all the item will get reversed. See? You are reversing. So if you want to reverse the list, then for that we have a reverse operation. So reverse is the operation which will reverse the data. However, the data inside the list, if you want to just reverse it, forward to backward, backward to forward, then reverse operation will do that. Any questions?
No, sir.
No questions. Okay, so now we have, let's say I have a example like a equal to, I have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, this one, like this. This is one list. I have another list b equal to some 10, 20, 30, 40, some list. Now there is one operation called a dot extend, extend b. So now before discussing about this particular operation, do you know what is the meaning of extend in English? Forgot about Python. I'm asking about the meaning in English. Extend. What is the meaning of extend? The class got extended 10 more minutes.
Increasing, sir.
The queue got extended. So extended means?
Increase.
Correct. Extend means increase. Now the same meaning. A dot extend. That means I want to increase. So extend is nothing but you are increasing. So what you are increasing, with whom you are increasing, that is the only point you have to remember. Now a dot, that means I want to increase this list. Which list? List A I want to increase. How you want to increase? Take the list B and add into this one A and make the complete one list. So see, now list A got increased, right? Earlier it was still 45. Now 10, 20, 40, 30 got added. So you have increased. How? A dot increase. I want to increase the list A with the B. So A dot extend, extend. I want to give one more list like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. So this one more list. So A is a list. This list I am extending. I am increasing. How? With this list. So whatever the items are there inside this list, it will add them to the list A continuously, not like a different list. Now if you do A dot, it will add this list as a separate list inside this. But extend, it will not add as a separate. It will combine and it will increase. I'm combining this list. I'm combining with this list and I'm increasing the list. I'm mixing this class students and this class students. I'm forming a one big class. Got it? How the extend will work? Is it clear to you? So this is one of the most interview question. What is the difference between list.extend and list.append? They will ask you in the interview. So append means what? It will add that item to the last. Extend means what? You are trying to increase that list with some other list. So if you are giving some list like this, so all the items of this list will get added here separately, individually, separate. But if you do an append, whatever the list you have given like this, it will add the entire list to this list, one complete list. So inside a list, you have one more list also if you do append. But if you do extend, so you don't have a two list, a complete one single list with increasing. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any questions? Anybody? Okay, so now we have covered almost all the methods apart from only one method that we are ending with this copy. Apart from this, we have covered everything, right? Append is done, clear is done, count is done, extend is done, insert is done, index is done, pop is done, remove is done, reverse is done, sort is done. All operations we have discussed. We are pending with only one, that is copy. Okay, so we'll discuss that a bit later. So now, see, till now, where we are doing this practice, we are practicing, right? We are creating one list like this. But then we are asking interpreter a dot, I want to append something like this. So we are doing the program, right? So till now we have done this programming where in this interpreter, right? So we are directly talking to the interpreter. So we are directly doing with this with the interpreter. Now what I want to do is, now let us write a program in a file. So we, in the first session we have discussed, right, where to write a program, how to write a program, how to create a Python program, how to run a Python program, right? So let us go back now. Now let us create one Python program. Okay, so let's say I'm creating one folder here, SMP. Yeah, let us take this one. Okay, so what happened? Okay, so how to write a program, guys? Where we have to write a program? You can use any file editors like Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime Text, any editors you can use. Let's say if you don't have any knowledge about the file editors, then you can go with the normal Notepad. This one, you can open this Notepad. You can write the program here. Already we have discussed. So now, assume that this is your Notepad. You have opened like this. Now what you're trying to do is, we are writing a program. Now let's say a equals to, I want to take one list like 10, 23, 12, 34, 5. So let's say I'm taking this list. Now after this, I am doing a.append, append. Okay, I'm doing like I'm doing 12, something like this. Then I'm asking the interpreter a. Now this is my program. So what is the program? Program is nothing but some set of instructions. Set is means what? Some lines of instructions. So now here, this is one line of instruction. This is second line. This is third line. So now what I'm doing, if you do here in the interpreter, you're creating, you're appending, then you're asking the a. So those things we are giving one by one. Now we are saving this into a Python program. So control yes. So wherever you want to save, then go to the location. I am storing in this particular folder. Now create the file name. So I'm creating something like fst.py. I'm giving like this, fst.py. So I have discussed already how to name everything. So I don't want to repeat it again. Now if you see here, these are the 3 lines. Now to run that, what we have to do, wherever you have saved the file, whichever the folder, go to that folder, double click like Now here on this top right, you are able to see the path, right? Just click here, type CMD here, enter. It's a bit slow. What happened? CMD, enter. What happened? Why it is not taking? Now it is opening. Okay, you have to open the, so now again multiples. System is a bit slow. So now you have to open the interpreter like this. I mean, command prompt. So then once it is open, type pytho in Python, the file name, fst.py. So once you open the CMD in that location, then you have to type the file name, then fst.py. So this is how you will be running a Python program. So this already we have discussed in the first session and second session. So I don't want to repeat again. Now enter. Now what happened? Now what you are trying to do here, we are trying to do here, we are trying to run the program. So running means what? Now this is what? This is a command prompt. So command prompt is nothing but already we have discussed. So what is the meaning of this command prompt? Why we are using this one? So this command prompt is nothing but you're talking to the system. You're talking to your operating system. You are saying to your operating system that, hey operating system, take the help of Python program and run one Python file. So you're asking that, hey operating system, take the help of Python program and run this particular Python file. Now the system has done that job. Now the system will not run this one. The system will take the help of Python, and in Python it will try to understand these lines and it will do that one. So when the system is taking the help of Python, so who will do? Inside Python there will be interpreter. So this interpreter will open this particular file. It will read like this. Inside it will open internally. It will read the first line. It will execute. Next second line, execute. Next third line, execute. Now what is happening? What we have given? We have given, hey interpreter, first create the variable a. Inside this, store this particular list. Now try to add some 12. Then show me the a. If I'm saving this one, now if I'm running on this particular screen, why it is not showing that a? We asked the interpreter to show a, right? You got the point? I am not able to see anything here. See, forgot about this one. Let's take a equal to 10. Let's take b equal to 20. If I do a plus b, what will be the answer? A equal 10, b equal 20. If I do a plus b, what will be the answer? Hello?
30, sir.
Answer will be 30. If you run this particular program, see, I'm not getting the answer. Why? Why I'm not able to see the answer 30?
We are not asking the system to show the display.
Sorry?
మనము సిస్టమ్కి చెప్పలేదు సార్ ఏ ప్లస్ బిని ప్రెజెంట్ చేయాలంటే చూపించమంటారు.
Correct. So why you are not able to see means you're not asking or you're not intimating the system, the interpreter, to show this answer. Not only answer, whatever you want to show, you're not intimating the interpreter to show the result on the screen. For example, now let's say you're going to ATM center. So when you insert the ATM card, so what will happen? First on the screen it will prompt, right? Welcome to the banking. Please enter the PIN, right? It will show on the screen. So that message is showing on the screen. So how it is showing? Because in the program, so now when you enter into ATM center, right? So you will get some message on the screen, right? So it will not show that message blindly. It is showing that message on the screen because they have mentioned something in the program. If you're writing in the program something, then due to that only it is showing something. Now you are intimating the interpreter, take 10 into the box A. You are intimating the interpreter, take 20 into the box B. Now you are asking the interpreter to do A plus B. That's it. It is doing A plus B. But you are not asking the interpreter to show something on the screen. Whoever is running this particular program, they want to see the result here. To see the result here, you have to mention here something. And that something is nothing but print. That something is nothing but print. Now discuss about print. What is this print? Why this print? How this print will work? Print is nothing but one function. The function, we call it as a predefined function. Predefined means this function, right? This function has been already developed by the Python team. So whenever they are creating the Python program, right? So at the time itself, they have created this particular function. Now we are just using it. We are not creating any another thing here. We are just using whatever they have created. We are just using it. So that's why we call it as a predefined. Predefined means already this function has been defined and it's a function. So previously it has been defined. So now we are just using it. So for what purpose we are using it? If something you want to show on the screen, it can be anything. It is not about the result. It can be anything, whatever you can, whatever you are interested. If you want to show something from this particular program to the outside, if you want to show something, then with the help of print, we can show that. For example, take A, take B, do A plus B. After that, I am writing, hi, how are you? Now save. Now run this particular program. Enter. Now see, hi, how are you? So this is what we call as a output. So output is nothing but if you are running something, the program is doing something and it is showing something to you finally. So whatever you are showing, you will generally call it as an output. So how you are getting this one? How you are able to see this one? Because inside in the program, this guy is doing that job. What he is doing, it will show something on the screen. What he will show, whatever you are mentioning inside to this particular print, that he will show. Now if you want to show, like let's say I'm taking into variable like C equal to A plus B. Now you're taking one box A and saving 10 value in that, taking another box B, storing 20 in that. Now taking one more box C. Now what you're trying to do, adding A plus B, whatever the value you're getting, that value you're storing into C. Now I'm printing this C. Now if you run this, 30. How come 30 is getting? Because the print, this guy will be posting on the screen. So what he is posting? C. What is C? Nothing but the C will be having some value. Which value it will be having? Whatever the value that A plus B is getting. After adding A plus B, whatever the value is getting, it will be stored here. And whatever the value is stored here, that value you're trying to print. So you got the point, right? So what is a print? Why we need a print and how this print will work? Anybody has any questions in this?
No, sir, it's clear.
Sumalata, I hope you have questions. A lot of questions are running in your mind. Hello?
Sir.
Is it clear to you or any questions?
Yes, sir.
Clear. What about Shirisha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's 7:26, right? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's stop it here. We'll discuss the rest tomorrow because we have discussed few more, like two 2-3 operations, and we have discussed about the print, right? So try to do like this. Try to do add some numbers, print something, try to get a list, print that list, etc., etc. Okay, so you might be thinking, right? So why, if you are printing something, not only print, you have to write print here. You can write the print anywhere. You can write wherever you want. Like I'm writing print here, like hi. Whatever you're writing, it is printing that. Then I'm doing like a print hi. So you can write wherever you want. But the only thing is that whatever you are printing, whatever you are writing in a print, that will be printed in the screen here. Run this particular program, first it will print hi, then it will print by, then it will print whatever it is, like that. So you might be thinking, why we are writing in the quotes like this in a string format? Why we are not writing like this by? Did anyone has that question? Evarakana question anapichinda doubt. So why we are writing this by in a quotes? Why not directly?
Yeah, there are because it is a string.
It's not about a string. So what happens is, if you are not mentioning that in the quotes, right, the interpreter or the print function, they will assume that this is a variable. Now because now what it will do, it will try to print this data. So what is this is a variable. So whatever you are giving like this, it will think that this is a variable. Now it will search for the variable, but there is no that variable name. Then it will give error. So if you want to mention in a clear way whatever you want to, we have to mention it in a quotes. Else it will take it as a variable. Because a variable can be anything, right? Now see, if I give Ravi here like this, if I'm giving Ravi here, so this is what? If this is not a variable, then if now see here you are trying to print Ravi, but the same name is there. So there will be a conflict will be happening if there is no quotation. If there is no quotation, this print will understand that this is a variable. Then it will look for the Ravi variable. If you are mentioning in the quotes, now what it will do is it will not look for the variable directly.